All right, we're live. Welcome back. Today I have Kyle Casserino from Fidelity in charge of the charitable side of the business there at Fidelity. And today we're going to be talking about corporate giving and kind of like the nuances with that, right, Kyle?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I think the reason why we got this topic is that we've noticed over the years, more companies getting more charitably inclined, if you will, having programs for employees to kind of participate in that, get employee engagement. Recently, we heard of Patagonia. I guess I didn't realize it was a private company, but all the shares are now in a trust uh, to fight like climate change or very specific cause to the owner of that company. So tell me more about corporate giving.
Yeah, and to your point, Amar, is that over the last probably 5 to 10 years, there's been a huge shift, and a lot of people think about philanthropy as just from individuals or from families to charity. But what the shift has happened is that a lot of companies now are getting involved in giving, and whether that is to give back to the community that they're based out of, to get more recognition in the community, or even as a way to engage employees. I work with a lot of companies that have, whether it's corporate foundations or corporate donor advised funds, they're being a lot more structured in how they're giving, but also using it as a way to engage employees too through corporate match programs, employee recognition, whether that's somebody like an employee of the month and giving X number of dollars to a charity of their choice, or just ways to understand more and give back to maybe even the area of business that they're in to similar cause charities. So there's definitely a lot of applications for it. And what a lot of people don't realize is that companies, specifically C corporations, can deduct up to 10% of their income every year by giving to charity. So there are still tax benefits for companies to do so, just like there are for individuals.
Yeah. So there's a lot to unpack there, and I think sometimes we get lost in the minutia there. But like I think the first thing that you said that makes a lot of sense is that it's corporate engagement, right? A lot of if you're doing it in your own backyard, right, you get a lot more people involved, a lot more neighborhood type community feel that boosts employee morale. You also talked about the fact that is a tax benefit for companies to donate, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not just like it is for an individual. So like there is some tax purposes there as well potentially. Um, how does corporate giving impact like charities? Like so, I used to be on a board of a charity, and sometimes when you get these corporate gifts, they're larger in size, and
Mm-hmm.
but they're less frequent, right? And it's harder, you have to go every year up to bat to get these large, big checks versus individual donors would donate. And since the nature that they're smaller amounts, you get a lot more. You diversify that risk over many groups of people, right? So how does the corporate
Mm-hmm.
giving landscape look, like specifically to the to
Well, what's
the
really interesting Yeah, what's really interesting is that corporate giving. To your point, yeah, the gifts are a lot bigger to charities. They're, I would say, probably more infrequent, like you mentioned. But what's really cool is that the idea is like if you're a charity and you are getting corporate gifts, what's a really awesome opportunity is to engage that company in more than just a monetary sense, right? Like we literally, actually, like a month ago, we had a national meeting at Fidelity, and part of it, for a half a day, we volunteered at a charity, and put together a bunch of food packages for those less fortunate in Costa Rica, right? So this is an opportunity where corporate giving is not only a sense of, hey, let's find out where to allocate resources on the company level, but also time, and as a way to give back to the community, but also engage employees in that way. And volunteerism is, as we all know, such a huge part of philanthropy in general. So if as a company you can do it as a team bonding activity, and go deeper in your community and give back in ways that otherwise wouldn't happen, it's really a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, I remember when I was at USA in San Antonio, we would help out in the United Way and stuff in the
Mm-hmm.
local chapters. I think that's like another thing to take away in this is that most of the corporate giving, as an employee, you can say where you want your gift to go within the broader organization. So, if, for example, if you're donating to, let's just say Red Cross, or like, most of the corporate companies choose bigger organizations that have a higher administrative cost, but you can channel your dollars as an employee to go to like a local chapter or to a local cause.
Absolutely. And so many companies now offer even things like payroll deductions, and the ability to give to charities of your choice, and even raise funds internally for the company should like one of your colleagues go through a crisis or get diagnosed with cancer and things like that. So there's really a lot of ways of, well, corporate giving is not just one thing anymore, right? It's not just, oh, how are we going to use company dollars to give to charities? It's a lot. It's volunteerism. It's giving back to the community through employee giving as well. So there's really a lot of flavors of this.
Yeah. No, this was good. Thank you, Kyle. And if you're watching and you're wondering how corporate giving is happening across the nation, and hopefully this helps give you some rationale as well as the reason, the why behind it, and maybe some more things to address from a larger scope of just time and dollars, not just the dollar piece. But thank you, Kyle. And for those of you that are watching, also want to mention, if you could please hit that like button, subscribe. It helps other people find our channel and our content. Thank you.
Thanks, Amar.